It's time for some card-based castle combat in Castle Beef. Castle Beef is a card drafting memory game where you are trying to defeat your opponent's castle and uncover the 4 members of their royal family. To set up the game, you are going to take your 11 starting castle cards and build yourself a lovely little castle in front of you on the table. Here is an example of one shape of a castle, or even have this type of shape of castle. The opportunities are endless. Get artistic with it, but you cannot have any overlapping cards or anything like that. They just have to be next to each other on the table in a fancy kind of castle pattern. You're then going to be dealt a hand of 5 Castle Beef cards. These are going to be a mixture of attack cards and army cards to be able to build an army around the castle and protect yourself, as well as attacking opponent's castle to find that pesky royal family. You will also set up a start deck of Castle Beef cards. You'll have 2 piles with enough room for a discard pile in the middle of the table. The game is based over 3 phases. There is the build and dump phase, which will see you building your massive army to protect yourselves from your other players. Or you can dump, meaning you can just get rid of those pesky cards. You can only do one of those options, so it's either build or it's dump. But either is a good option just to get rid of cards from your hand that you can't use. So when you're building your army, you can play a card. You have lots of different types of army cards. You have land armies that have normal types of attack, which you have to build and create these fantastical machines to do attacking. You'll also have these magical weapons that you can build, which will fire these potions. So this is essentially the ammunition that you'll have. You'll have magic potions to use with your magic characters, and then when you're using your main artillery, you'll be having these normal things, and they'll do different types of damage, depends on the attack card itself. There are 2 other types of army cards. You'll have these army cards that help actually defend. So if you've had one of your castle pieces turned over, you will then be able to play one to essentially be able to reflip it, or you'll have a decoy where you play it on top, that kind of thing, just to protect your castle. The other type of army card are these, which are these fantastic artworks based on popular IPs that give you special abilities and special attacks and that kind of thing too. It would of course be remiss of me to not talk about the elephant in the room, which is everybody's favourite part to build, and that is the almighty dragon. And when you have built that, as long as you have one magic weapon completely built in front of you, you can use the dragon to attack, which essentially means you can flip over a lot more cards. Once the dragon has attacked, of course, once anything has attacked from ammunition-wise, that gets discarded. When the dragon has attacked, the dragon flies off and does normal dragon things. You can also create the little worm, which is creating the dragon's head and tail just to do less damage. But who wants to build a tiny dragon when you can build a real big one? The second phase you can take is the attack phase. If you have amassed an army and you have the weaponry to attack, you can then attack another player. This essentially will be playing your card that you've used to attack, whether that's a bomb or a magic potion or a dragon, for example, discarding one of the cards away from the ones you've played, and attacking. And attacking essentially is choosing a card from the other player's setup, selecting that card, and then they flip it over. If it is infantry or something that attacks back, then that's so be it. But if it's one of the royal family, that card is flipped. And we found one of those pesky royals, so there's only 3 to go. Once you've done all of your attacking, if your opponent has uncovered that final royal of the 4s, you are out of the game and your opponent has won. Final phase then after that is the reload phase, where you will be drawing up more cards back into your hand and ready to go again. So there you have Castle Beef, a fun, lightweight family memory and card drafting, building these great, magnificent armies, using them to attack. It's a lot of fun, and it is coming to Kickstarter very, very soon. So make sure you are checking that out, giving them a follow on all of their social media platforms, and make sure you're following their Kickstarter campaign to make sure you know when it launches and you can get those notifications. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe. throw it everywhere, do all those YouTube algorithm things because that's fun. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.